Greetings and welcome to our daily walk through the scripture for November the 23rd. Your readings today find you in Ezekiel 47 and 48. We're closing it out. 1 Peter chapter 2 verses 11 through 1 Peter 3 verse 7. Psalm 119 verses 49 through 64 and Proverbs chapter 28 verses 12 and 13. Okay. We got to hit 1 Peter 3. Because it's one of those that is controversial. Okay, so we're going to hit this and we're going to talk about this because, again, people see this wives submit part and immediately danger, rain, danger, and people can automatically warning, trigger alert, to use overused parlance in today's culture. When you stop there, you miss so much more of this. Okay. I want you to read this passage about women, and I want you to answer this question. Is what Peter's saying here any different than how all Christians are supposed to behave? I'll wait. Are we supposed to pursue external glory? No. Are we supposed to be respectful? Yes, Peter just spoke about that in the previous chapter, talking about submitting to leadership. Are we supposed to pursue a gentle and quiet spirit? Yes, that's humility. That's peacemaking. There's a lot of qualities of that. So what in this is unique or different? The truth is, none of it is. This is something that Peter is bringing out because there were cultures at the time, just like there are cultures today, that are trying to tell people how to behave that is contrary to what Scripture says. And our Western culture is very good at encouraging us to think of ourselves, to do what's best for us. I am convinced, one of the reasons why we have depression and anxiety and other things so high these days is because we get stuck, consumed with our own thoughts. And one of the healthiest ways to fight these things is to serve others and to invest in others and to think less of ourselves. And so the qualities that are listed here are not unique to women, but Peter is wanting them to understand that if you're willing to do this, I love this phrase right here. If you do good and do not fear anything, that is frightening. That is frightening. I don't understand. What does it mean that is frightening? Well, in other words, there is nothing that you cannot do if you are in the will of God. There is nothing that you cannot affect in terms of change if you are pursuing a fearless life with God. It's a beautiful thing. But husbands, you are not off the hook on this. As a matter of fact, Peter hits you a little bit harder. Now, again, you're going to see this and you're going to see the weaker word come into here. I want you to use a different word instead of weaker. I want you to think of delicate. Again, you're thinking, that's not a better word, Jeremy. Okay, how about this? Fine china. Fine china has great value. We take care of it. We cherish it. We do everything we can to make sure that it stays in its pristine condition. That's really what Peter is telling husbands. Husbands, treat your wife like fine china. Treat her like she is valuable. Treat her not to bruise her or hurt her or break her, but instead love her. Be considerate as you live with your lives, because here's the thing, gentlemen, so that nothing will hinder your prayers. If you are not leading your family and loving your wives like you're supposed to, your prayers will be hindered. Your prayers will suffer. Your spiritual life will suffer if you cannot serve your family like you are supposed to. This is strong words. It really is. But look past the submit, look past the weaker, and recognize that we are supposed to be pursuing holiness. That's the goal. For this is the way the holy women of the past who put their hope in God used to adorn themselves, not with jewelry and fine things, but with a gentle, quiet spirit. This is a word for all of us. Now, Peter's specifically saying this to wives because they recognize all the way back in Genesis that a woman's desire is going to be for her husband's place. In other words, she's going to want to take what he doesn't do. And men, we have a tendency to lord over, hence the treat them like fine china. So we have to understand where sin falls into this. We have to understand where the history of humanity falls into it. But don't look at these things and take offense. And if you do, my encouragement would be to check your heart. Are you pursuing God? Are you pursuing the adornment? Or are you pursuing the gentle, quiet, humble spirit that is of great worth in God's sight? All right, there's our thought for today. We will talk more next time.